Subscribe to Amcode and ring the notification bell to get the latest content.
Hello and welcome back. This lecture is all about we are going to see the interoperability between the Spark and the Python libraries. So as you already know, we are not going to go into any detail about Apache Spark because you already know it. So you already know that Apache Spark is nothing but a unified analytics engine or analytics platform for big data processing. So since it uses the distributed data processing, it is a step ahead of the pandas library that we usually use to process smaller chunks of data. So with its built-in modules for SQL, as well as we can able to work with the streaming data as well as machine learning and the graph processing. So this is all about the overview of Apache Spark, which you already know, but we have to talk about the interoperability between these two platforms. So let's talk about the Python and Apache Spark integration. So Apache Spark will provide you the PySpark API. So this API will allow you to code in Python for writing your Spark applications. So this integration will allow you to leverage the scalability of the Spark for handling the big data as well as the simplicity of Python, because someone who is just getting started in the data engineering field, the Python will be one of the best language which he can easily learn, because Python is so much readable than other languages. But that's totally up to you. You can also use different languages like R and Scala depending upon the taste and your grasping power, but Python is so much better because of its widely community support. So let's talk about the interoperability within these Python libraries. So one of the key advantage of using PySpark is its interoperability between popular Python libraries. Like you already know about the pandas, but there are so many more like the NumPy and the Matplotlib for visualizing your data in a more simpler way. Let's talk about how we can implement that. Okay, so our first example is using the pandas with PySpark. So as you already know that pandas is a great library for dealing with the data. So pandas will give you the capability to work with the smaller data files which can be processed as per your logic and as per your requirement on your local machine. So the main difference between using pandas library, which is the most popular library for data processing, and the Apache Spark is its distributed processing. So pandas will run on your single local machine, whereas Spark will run on a distributed cluster. So that will give Apache Spark leverage to process big data. Big data means the data is coming at higher velocity and has a bigger data files. So if your data is big, you should consider converting your pandas workload into PySpark. But let's say if you want to just play around with your data frame and you don't need the cluster, because Apache Spark and so many other distributed platforms are not suitable to handle the smaller files. So for smaller files, you should consider using pandas library, and you can easily convert that Spark data frame into pandas as well as if you have a pandas data frame lying around, you can create a data frame, Spark data frame on top of it very easily. So we have already talked about it, how to convert a pandas data frame into a Spark data frame. You just have to use the create data frame method which is used in Spark. So once you create your Spark session, you will able to create a data frame using create data frame, and you can pass your pandas data frame inside it to convert it. But you have to make sure that there could be a conflict between the data types of pandas and Spark. So I'll highly recommend you to just convert them into string, or else you can use programmatic schema to manually assign the schema for each field in your data frame, so that you can avoid that conflict and your data will get converted into Spark data frame seamlessly without hampering your data. So basically this example, let's say we have the Spark underscore df which we are using in this example. So let's say we have created that data frame on top of a CSV file. So we have a data.csv file which has some header, and we can infer the schema because we have a header for that file. So the header will contain all the columns, and Spark will intelligently assign the data types for that because you have used the infer schema as true. So Spark will automatically assign a schema to its schema, means it will have all the column names and their data types, and if their columns are nullable or not. So it will scan your data and assign a schema to your data frame. And here, if you want to convert that Spark data frame into your Pandas data frame, then you can simply use the two Pandas procedure which is present for the data frame. So you have to import the Pandas first along with the Spark, and once you create a Spark session and create your Spark data frame, all you got to do is use the two Pandas to convert it into Pandas. And after that, as you can see, we are just doing some data manipulation here. So we are just grouping by according to the category. So category will be the column in that data frame. You can use your own logic for manipulation your data. And here we are using the aggregated method to get the sum of all the cells according to the category. And we are printing all the results because dot show method will only work with a Spark data frame, and you have to go with the native Pandas functions to able to manipulate as well as call an action on top of that data frame. So this is just a simple example of using Pandas with PySpark. But there are so much libraries that you can interoperate between Apache Spark and Python. Let's talk about them now. So now let's talk about how to leverage the power of NumPy using the PySpark. So basically, if you don't know about NumPy, it is a pretty popular library for applying some complex mathematical operation on top of your data, or we can say the array of your data. So basically, to utilize the NumPy in PySpark, you just have to import the NumPy module first and your Spark session will be created. But if you have a Spark underscore df as your data frame which is in Spark, then you can convert that into a NumPy array. So to convert it into a NumPy array, all you can do is you just have to convert your data frame into the array format so that it could be inputted using the NumPy library. So let's say if you want to convert your cells data or the cells column into an array and apply some logic like average, sum, etc. So your NumPy array will equals to, once you have to just select your specific column. So you're selecting select here, and then you got to use the flat map operation to able to convert that into the array. So basically you are just using the rdd.flatmap operation and using the lambda function to able to map that data accordingly and gotta collect so that it will be converted into the array. So once you got an array, you will be able to get the type using the type function. You can just quickly verify it, and if it is looking good, then you can pass it directly using the NumPy library. So here our result is nothing but the NP. So basically NP means the numpy.sum, and the sum is the function that you're going to apply on top of your array, and you're just passing an array. And once you print the result, you will get the sum of all the cells in your data set. So basically this is just an example to get you started, but you can apply all sorts of complex mathematical operation on top of your data using the NumPy library, and you can easily integrate it with the PySpark, and you can also convert it back into the data frame once you got all the complex computation completed on top of your data. So this is all about using the NumPy. So the next one is you can use the visualization library which is matplotlib of Python, and it is strongly supported by Python, but you can also use it in PySpark. So basically all you have to do is import a matplotlib.pyplot, and after that you can use it in your PySpark code. So basically once you read the data frame, so here we have the cells data.csv file, and we have created a data frame on top of it. So once your data frame is created, you can convert it into two pandas data frame using the two pandas that we have seen earlier. And after that, you can use the bar method to create a bar chart using the matplotlib. So basically, all you have to select is the category and cells. So here our main goal is to have a XY bar chart using the category and the cells. So here our X label will be the category and the Y label will be the cells. And the title of our graph will be the cells data analysis. So it will give you the cells as per the category, and you can show that graph using the plot.show method, since you can also use the show in matplotlib library. So this is how you can use the visualization tool as well and incorporate in your PySpark logic, because pandas, NumPy and matplotlib are widely used in the data community because of their versatility and the type of data manipulation, as well as the data transformation and the visualization techniques that they offer. So you can play around with all these libraries and see what is working best for your use case. And if you talk about the interoperability benefits, so basically between Apache Spark and Python, it offers several benefits. So it will give you the capability to leverage the rich ecosystem of Python libraries for manipulation the data, analysis of the data, as well as the visualization of the data, which we have seen in the previous 3 libraries and which will benefit the Spark's distributed computing capabilities. So since Pandas is not distributed but Spark is a distributed platform, so you will get all those benefits with the Spark's distributed platform. So here this combination will allow you to process the large data set very efficiently, and also you can gain the valuable insights from your data. This is very important. So this was all about interoperability between the Spark and the Python libraries.
So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture.